So after I started gaining all this weight and getting all this attention, my eating habits didn't slow down. I mean, it was fantastic. It seemed like the bigger I got, the more attention I got. It was, the bigger the better. At the same time, during this time in my high school days, the Hogs, if you remember them, to play for the Washington Redskins, were very famous. They were famous for having all these huge linemen. And I'm thinking one day I'm going to be one of those guys. I'm going to be a Hog one day. So I continued to eat and eat and eat and eat. And then I began to get recruited and go on recruiting visits. Well, on the recruiting visits, let me just tell you, they know how to take care of you on your recruiting visit. If they want you to come to their school, one thing you will do is you will eat well and you will enjoy yourself and you will find out what steaks are. So I had a fantastic time when I was being recruited. The problem was my weight was continually going up. Well, after I finally committed to University of Tennessee, I remember distinctly one day I was coming out of the dorm room before the season, before practice even started for the summer, and Coach Fulmer saw me coming out of the dorms, and he walked up to me and he said, "Antone, come here for a second." This is my best friend. He was my best friend when he was recruiting me. He's still my best friend. This guy is awesome. So I go up to him, "Hey, Coach, how are you?" And he said, "Antone, how much do you weigh right now?" And I said, 349, Coach. And I remember patting myself on the stomach going, 349, Coach. I was all proud and thinking he was going to say, "Hey, hold it right there and get a little bit bigger." And he looked at me and he didn't say anything, and he had this whistle. He always twirled this whistle around his finger, and he had this whistle, and he just looked at me and he goes, 300. And he walked away. And I was just dumbfounded. I could not believe this coach expected me to lose basically 50 pounds in the amount of time I had, which was only about 6 weeks before it was time to start practice. How in the world am I going to lose 50 pounds? Up until this point, everybody wants me to gain weight. And, Coach may not remember that day, but I remember it, and it's one that I'll never forget because it did a couple of things. One, it gave me a wake-up call. It let me know that, hey, your weight is serious, and you do need to control it. And Coach Fulmer was one of those people that stepped out and kind of said, "Hey, Antone, I'm going to help you. I'm going to be hard on you. I'm going to be tough on you. I'm going to help you get your weight down. I'm going to stay on you. I'm going to ride you. I'm going to do whatever I have to do. But big is great, but you don't want to get too big." And I do remember him telling me, "You've got to worry about your health after football." And, as a young kid, you're invincible. You can do anything. And I listened to him. I worked on my weight. I was able to get the weight down. I did some crazy things to do it, but I got it down. But the whole long-term issue, it didn't click. It didn't calculate with me. I didn't worry about my weight down the road because, that's just too far away. It just didn't concern me.